Okay, let me use this image, the JPG image of Cristiano Ronaldo. Double click, and look, we have loaded the photo, so it might not be fitted in the texture rect, but it loads. Look, yeah. And if I click on load here also. Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn on how to load or open any type of file from your Android phone in your Godot game or app. For example, the file is outside the Godot project and you want to access those files in your Godot game or app, then this tutorial will help you definitely. For example, there is a feature in your game of uploading a profile picture of user. Then if such kind of feature happens to be in your game, then it's very important you learn these steps for accessing such files, especially for Android phones. Yeah, because they need certain kind of permissions, and we need to add some more steps than in the Windows system. So we'll learn about that. So let's start. First of all, I have a main scene here, yeah, which is just a type node, and let me show you the viewport width and height of my project right now. Let's go to project settings, and in the Windows, so I have a viewport width of 320 and viewport height of 640. We close it, and now let's add some of the user interfaces for our project. So let me click on the main scene, and just right click and add a child node. And here we are going to add a control node first, yeah. And let me make the control node the size of the whole viewport. Click here and just click on this full rect. Okay, now let's get some buttons and some labels. So again, let's right click on the control and then add a child. First of all, let me make a panel, panel panel. So we will work with user's photo, yeah. Create. So this is the panel, and let me just drag this panel right here in this place, and let's modify the style of the panel. Click on the panel, and then in the inspector here, click on the inspector, and let's go to theme override styles, and click on empty box here, and click on the new style box flat. Next, let's click in this style blocks, and here we are going to give a width to our panel. Let me give it a width. Click on width, and I will give it 5 pixels to every side, left, right, top and bottom, yeah. And the color, let's select the color. Where is the border color? Here, click on the border, and in the color, let me just select yellow color. Okay, this will be our panel that will hold a photo preview of our file that we will load from outside the Godot project here. And now let's click in the panel here, right click and add a child for the panel. We'll search for txtry texture rect, create. Okay, and click on the texture rect, and again click here and make it a full rect like this, and that's it. Next, let me click on the panel and let me increase the size of the panel a little bit. Click on the pointer icon here, and let me just increase the size of the panel up to here. Yeah, what happened? Click on the panel. Okay, so this is our panel, and let me just rename the panel here. I'll say preview preview panel panel. Enter. Yeah, and next let's add a button. So click on the control node, right click and add a button, button button. Search for the button, this one, and create a button for loading the file. And here let me just give a text to a button. I'll say it upload, upload, ad upload. Yeah, and let me just rename the button upload button pup allow ad upload btn, and let's drag our button just down here in this place, and let's click on the control again, and let's add a label for the inside the control here. Click on add child node, and let's add a label, label, create, and let's write the text path for now, pfts path. So this label will be holding the path variable, path of the file. Okay, it will be here, and let's increase the size of the path because the path is very big. File's path can be very big. Okay, next let's make it, let's click on the inspector, and here let's align its center, and next let's make it auto wrap mode word is smart, and that's it. So we have got the upload button, then we have got a preview panel and text rect for previewing the photo, and we have got a path variable here that will show us the path of that file that we have just uploaded. Next let me just make a load button, and on a different panel, similar type of panel, and this time this load button will save the path and open that path file and load that image. Okay, so we will do both things. First of all, we will learn how to upload your file path and get a preview of the photo, yeah, or any file you like, and next we will save that path in a variable, and we will again load that path and load the file from that path, and we will show the photo from that path. So we will learn how to upload and how to load the photo from the path also. So let's click on the preview panel here, and let me just right click and duplicate it, duplicate. Okay, and let me call it photo panel. Yeah, so to photo panel panel. Yeah, and let me drag the photo panel up here, and next let's just duplicate this load button also, upload button also. Right click and duplicate. Yeah, and let me call it load button, load btn button, and let me just separate the load and upload buttons here, and let's just write here text load. So this upload button will upload the photo, and this is for the preview, and it will show the path of that photo. Next we have got a load button that will load the photo from this path and show it here. So we learn both uploading and loading the image or any type of file, not just image. Okay, for this tutorial we will show image. If you have your own type of file that you need to read, you can do in this way, similar way. And that's it for the UIs. And now let's make some script. So click on the main scene here, and let me just click on here, open a script. Do we have a script? Okay, I'll delete this script for now. Yeah, we'll make a new script. First of all, let me just detach the script. Okay, so let's click in the main scene, and let's add some scripts here. Click on create, and we have got a script for our main node. So it extends the node class, and we have got a function on ready function and on process function. And now let's drag some of the nodes that we want to get access. Okay, one thing I just forgot is to add a file dialog. So let's click on the control and let's right click and let's add a child called file dialog. So we need a file dialog to open a file. Create. So we have got a file dialog here. So it's hidden right now. If I show you, so this is the file dialog that we will see when we try to open a file that's outside the project. Yeah. So let me just hide it for now. And you can see this is the file dialog that is provided by the Godot. And let me just hide it for now. And next, let's go to the script. Click here. And let me just drag different nodes that we want in our script. So let me just drag a file dialog here, drag it, hold control and release. So we have got a file dialog variable that will hold the file dialog node. Next, we also want the texture rect. Yeah, let me just rename these two texture rects. So let me call it preview, preview rect, and this one as the photo rect. Rect rect. And now let's drag this preview rect inside here, just like we did for the file dialog. And next, for the photo rect also do the same thing like this. And we have got file dialog variable, preview rect variable, photo rect variable. Next, what we want, we also want a label variable. Okay, so drag the label node inside here like this. So this label variable will hold the label text. So this label will actually hold the path of the opened file. Save it. And now let me just connect the signal of our button. First of all, let's connect the signal of upload button. Yeah, click on the upload button here and let's click on the node and let's click on the pressed and click on the connect. Now when upload button will be pressed, this function will be called. And now let's go to file dialog here. So we have to set up the file dialog. Yeah, we have to set up many properties of our file dialog first. So let's set up the properties of our file dialog. So I'll make a function called func as ctup setup underscore file underscore dialog dialog. And first of all, which property would we want to set? So first of all, let's create a filter for our file dialog. So right now we are uploading images, that's why we will create a filter for only showing the image files. Okay, for that we have a variable file dialog here. So we call the variable file dialog dot, and then there is a property called filter, filter. Yeah, and it's type array. And first of all, we will only select, or we will allow only png files, asterisk.png files. Yeah, semicolon, and then we can write png img as images here, and close the double colon like this. So this is for the png files, it will filter out. And next we are going to filter out jpg files also, asterisk.jpg, yeah, comma another one asterisk.jpeg as well, and semicolon, but here semicolon here, colon here, and we will just say jpeg images, img as images, and that's it. So we are going to only show png and jpeg files in our file dialog. And next let's set another property, file underscore dialog dot file mode, got file underscore mod mode, and we are going to set the mode to file dialog open file. So we are going to open the file. Next another property, file dialog.acces access equals to file dialog file system. So we are going to access the file systems of our operating system. And next, file underscore dialog dot title equals to, so our title of the file dialog will be select to photo. And next again file dialog dot, and this time we are going to use a property called use underscore native dialog. For now I'll set it false, save it. And next another thing, so I will check if our OS is Android or not. If os dot get underscore name equals to Android Android. So if the operating system is Android, then we have to add a little bit of few amount of line called file dialog dot root subfolder equals to, so we'll set the root subfolder to /strgz storage emulated /0. So this need to be added in the root subfolder. So if you are using Android phones, yeah, save it. And that's it. So we have set up the file dialog, and let's just call this set of file dialog function when the function in the ready function. So as setup setup file dialog, save it. And next in the upload button pressed function, yeah, when our upload button is pressed, then we will just show the file dialog. Right now it's hidden, yeah. So let me just show file dialog by saying file dialog dot show show, and save it. And now let's run our project. For now, click on the play, and if I click on the upload, so you will see a file dialog like this here, but it only shows very small portion, yeah, half portion is not shown because it's not the native file dialog. It's the file dialog that is been designed by Godot, and it's not that much user friendly, yeah. So we will not use this file dialog style. We'll use the native file dialog, so it's also easier for us to use that one. Yeah, we don't have to modify much properties here. So let's use that. Let me stop it, and here in the setup file dialog, so I have set the use native dialog to false. Let me just set it true and show you what happens. true. Save it. Now play, and if I click on the upload button, so this is the native file dialog for Windows. For Android, it will show different file dialog, yeah, based on your operating system. The file dialogs will be different, and this is the default file dialog of each operating systems. And that's very easy to use, yeah, very convenient. You can go to anywhere. So let me just click on close for now and stop it. And next we actually have to upload the photo. So let's make that happen. So to upload the photo, first of all, let me just click on the file dialog here, and let's go to the node tab, and in here we have the file selected, not this one, this one. Okay, file selected, the path should be string, the argument. So let's click on the file underscore selected signal, and let's connect it, connect, and we have got on file dialog selected function, and here we are going to load the photo. Okay, let's load the photo. First of all, we will check if we are in Android operating system or not. For that, if os.get underscore name equals to Android, Android. So if it's Android, our path should be modified, path path. So let's check path again. If not, path dot begins with slash. So if our path does not begin with slash, then we will set our path here, path equal to slash storage slash emulated slash 0. Next, plus paths path. That's it. So if our operating system is Android, and if our path does not contain slash at the beginning, then we are going to modify the path by adding this string slash storage slash emulated slash 0. That's must for the Android. So if you don't apply this, then you cannot access the file. And next, let's hit enter, and let's get outside the if block, if it's statement, and here we are going to create an image, var image image equals to image image dot load underscore from underscore file. So we are going to create an image from the path that we just opened, from the file dialog. So I'll just click say path path here, and let me just show you what does it print when we select the file. So let's click here, and not print, just show in the label. Okay, we have got the label node and label variable. So let me just say label equals to, then we give the path. First of all, I'll just say path path string, and give a to, and here I will just add path path string that we get from when we open the file, so when we select the file, and that's it. Okay, it's not label variable, it's label.text text. We are going to modify the text of that label. Save it, and let's see what happens. First, let's click on the play button and click on the upload file, and let's select the file balls, and let me just select this Batman file, open, and we have got the file. Look, file path d personal something something here. This is the file. Now we will load this file inside this preview rect. Okay, stop it, and now let's load it. So we have already created an image from that path. Next, what we do is we check if it's image or not. If image image equal to null null. If it's not image, that if it's empty, then we just print print failed to load image image, and then return. Okay, if it's not the image, then we return back. Just say fail to load image. Next, if it's an image, then we are going to create a variable called texture equals to, then we have an image texture texture dot, and we are just going to create underscore from underscore image and here we are going to write image image. So we have loaded the image file from this path first, and we are going to create a texture from that image by doing this image texture that create from image. So the texture will hold that image texture variable, and next we have a variable that will use that texture, the preview rect. Okay, so preview rect variable that we have that has this node, texture rect node from here, equals to not equals to texture rect dot texture texture equals to texture texture. So we have assigned this texture that we have loaded from the image to the texture of our preview rect, that is the text rect, and that's it. Save it, and now let's see if it loads the image or not. Yeah, save it, play, click on upload. Next, let me just select an image. Just select the Batman image, and look, our image had been loaded. Okay, now stop it. So you might need to fit your image in the texture if you want to make it fit in the proper manner. For now, for this tutorial, I'll not go through that thing. So we'll just upload the image. So we have uploaded the image correctly, and now let's load that image. Yeah, so that's the preview of the image. Let me show you again. Upload, and let me select the file. Let me select this file, Assassino. Open. So look, so this is the image that has been loaded, and it's so large. Look, yeah. So it depends on the size of the image. It will load very large image. If you load a very large image, all the screen will be occupied by that image. So you need to fit that image in the texture rect. Right now I will not show you how to fit that image. You can just get the code from anywhere to fit the image inside the texture rect. For now, for this purpose of us showing how to load and upload files in the Android phone in Godot, I'll just show you this. Okay, next let's load that image. So to load image, we do the similar process. So first of all, let me just save that file path. Okay, so let me create a variable here. I'll just save file underscore paths path, and here I will just store that path here, file path equals to path. Save it. So I have saved the path of the image in the file path. Next, let's go to which button? Load button. Click on the load button here, and let's connect a signal, pressed signal for here, connect it on connect. So we have got this function, and here we are going to if we press this load button, that means this load button, the image will be loaded in this rect, that is the photo rect. Okay, let's do that. Get back to the code, and here if we press on the load button, then we are going to make a function first. So let me make a function first, func, and I'll say load underscore photo. So this will be the function that will be called in here. First of all, let me make this function. Okay, first of all, we have to access the file. For that, I'll just select, I'll just say if file access access dot file underscore exist, and we are going to pass a file path here. So we have saved the path of that file in the file path variable. So I'll just pass this file path here, not file dialog, file path to, and here if the file path exists, then we are inside the if statement, and then we create a variable equal to file access access dot open open, and we are going to send your file path again, comma, and we are going to open it in read mode. File access dot read, and here I have make a variable called file. Okay, so we make a variable called file, and the file access open, and then we are going to give it a path, and that will open that file in which mode? Read mode. So this is for the general type of file, not a photo file. Okay, if you have any other file that you want to read, you will read like this. For our case, we might not need this because it's a photo, yeah, but I'll just keep this code for now, even if it's no use right now. And next I'll just create another variable called image, and here we are going to load the image. image.load underscore from underscore file, and I'll just place the file path here, file underscore path, like this. So it will load the image, and we check again if it's an image or not. If image, so if we load the image and if the image is there, then we go inside this if statement, and here we just save our, make our different variable called texture, and we will assign it image texture dot create underscore from image. So we are going to create the texture from the image, and the image we pass image variable there that we created here. And next enter, and we assign the texture, that is this node, yeah, photo rect photo underscore rect rect dot texture equal to texture, and save it, and that's it. And if we cannot access the file from this file path, then we write an else statement here for this else. What do? We just pass for now. Okay, or we can just print out file could not exist. print print courd and couldn't access. access, save it. And that's a function for loading the photo, and I will call that load photo function here. Okay, when we press the load button, so here I will write load load photo and save it, and let's see if we can load the photo from that path or not. Play. And first of all, let me upload it, or else the path will be empty. Yeah, so if I click on the load button, so there is error because the file path doesn't have anything. So I'll just put it equals to empty for now. Save it, empty string. Click here, and if I press on the load button, so it says file couldn't access. Yeah, but if I play again and load a file path, go to balls, let me load Iron Man. Okay, this is the Iron Man, it's the path here, and if I click on load button here, then we can load the Iron Man photo from here like this. And this is in the Windows that I am showing you, and now let me show you it in actual device. So I will not show you actual device, I will just access my device from my phone. Yeah, link. So first of all, let me load the file first. Okay, I will load the APK file, or I will just use the remote deploy button. Okay, I have connected my phone to my PC right now with USB cable, but I have to upload deploy it with remotely. So to remote deploy it, first of all, let me just go to projects and click on export, and here I haven't added anything yet. So let me just add the preset for Android, and let's just click on the fix import. Next, if I do this, it will just make APK file. So right now I'll just use Gradle build. Yeah, click on Gradle build for remote deploy, and that's it. Close. So I haven't installed the build template of Android. Let me just do that also. Close it, go to project and click here, install Android build template, install it. Okay, that's it. Now I can remote deploy here. So I will click here, remote deploy, and it's being deployed. Okay, it's taking time, and one thing, I just forgot something. Okay, that's how we learn. Yeah, we forget something or we do some mistake and we will learn. So I will show you what is the problem. First of all, let's deploy the program first. So it's building Android project Gradle. So it's been building. It might take some time at the first try. Yeah, the first try takes a little bit of time, and eventually on the second, third attempts it will be very fast. And running on a Samsung A24F. So it's running in my phone, installing to device, and it is running in my phone. I will show you here. So I have connected my PC from the link also, phone link. So I'll show you from here. Where is it? Connected. The app doesn't showing open phone screen. Okay, I'll just click here. Open whole screen. So it's loading. Yeah. So this is our app that's running in my phone. And if I click on upload, and I'll select the file, downloads, and I've got an app. Click here, and nothing happened. Looks Yeah, so it shows the path is correct, but it does not load. Do you know why? So we haven't given the permission, so we need to give the permission for that. So let me just close it, and let's go back here and let's go in the project and click on export. Next here we go downwards, and there we have to give a lot of permissions for accessing our file. Downwards, where is it? Get access. Where is access? Manage audio settings. No. Manage external storage. No, we are not going to manage any external storage. We are going to read external storage. So let's click here, read external storage, and specifically we also need these two also. Read media images. So we want to read the image for now. So if we want to read video or audio, you just click there also. For right now, our purpose, we are going to load the image, so we are just checking the read media image also. And next, let's close it, and the export preset has been saved. And let's redeploy. Deploy. And it's building. Look, it's very fast now, and it's running in my phone. Installing to device. Please wait, 66% complete. And let's go back to our phone link. Open the phone screen. Okay, we have our app here. And also, if we do the same thing, go to downloads and load the Mbappe file, double click, so it does not load. Do you know why? We have to give the permission from the phone actually. So let's give permission. Where do I go? Okay, we go in the settings, and then we go downwards, and there is something called app. Where is it? Yeah, app. And it's loading. How much time is that it does take? Okay, and we search for our app file name. The app name is file load. Okay, so you search for your app, click here, and then we click in the permissions. No permissions allowed right now, that's why we cannot access the file. Double click, and here we are going to give the permission of file and photos and videos. Click here and allow all. We make this, and we can go back. Now here it says allowed photos and videos are allowed. Now let's get back to our app, and what is it? Our app. Okay, this one, file load. Double click. Okay, this is our app. Now click on the upload, and now let's go to downloads, and let's upload Mbappe image or different image. Okay, let me use this image, the JPG image of Cristiano Ronaldo. Double click, and look, we have loaded the photo. So it might not be fitted in the texture rect, but it loads. Look, yeah. And if I click on load here also, it will load the same image. And this is how we access the files which is outside our Godot project in this way in Android file system. Hope you guys like this video, and if you like it, if it helps, then please like the video, comment on it, and also subscribe my channel. It will help me grow. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.